Hello, everyone.
Oh, the background!
Oh, it's gone. Oh,
there we go. We're good.
No one would have noticed if you didn't say anything.
I feel like that's a pretty big omission.
I didn't notice they said something. Anyway, hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 152, Geek Each Week Live. I am one of your hosts, Christopher Long from Long's Toys. Oh, Thrasher Nerdist. All right, I got called out. I am joined by my good buddies Aresol. What's up, Aresol?
Yeah, hold on. I gotta change my name. Thrasher just reminded me of something. There we go.
Okay. And we got Frozen Stratos, aka Corey. What's up?
Hello.
So we're at 75% geek this week. 80 is the new 100, so we're down to 75.
Wait, 80 is the new 100. Okay, all right. Okay,
no, I get it. I get where he's
Sorry,
going.
Yeah.
I would be remiss if I didn't point out that it's ironic that you're having the worst time with the math.
Right, because I'm so good at Tetris.
Right, exactly.
Yes,
I'm glad we cleared it up. Yes, your spatial reasoning
yeah.
is yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's shout out the chat real quick. We got Jeff, we got Ryder, we got Charlie Niemeyer. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Hello and welcome. AJMC, Blade Raider, Adam Prime, Astronaut, Thrasher, Stealth Shadow. Hello all. Edward Tanzer, hello, welcome. I feel like something's off with my camera. I apologize if I look weird. I mean, I always look weird, but I probably look weirder. Azir, hello, welcome. So I guess I'm up first because we got no Rye. Did we know Rye wasn't coming?
Yes, we did.
Oh, we did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's at a tournament.
Oh, okay.
With some cards about it.
Okay. I'm knocking stuff over.
Nice. Chris wasn't being racist. Corey is well known for being a very good Tetris player.
Yeah, he loves Tetris.
That's right. Yeah.
Floof, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
There's a YouTube short I gotta send you guys later. Don't let me forget.
All right. So Target had a sale. I think it was like 30% off, and I don't really buy these anymore, but a couple of these have been really cool, and so I had to, with 30% off, I couldn't say no. So I got the Gungan Bongo Submarine. It's got the 25th anniversary of Phantom Menace logo, and apparently it's part of the Episode 1 collection. So I just thought this was cool. So I got this, and also as part of that, if it'll come out of the bag, I got the Naboo N1 Starfighter. So these are both Target exclusives.
They cut off its tip.
Yeah, it's just in the box. You have to assemble it. I don't know how you put R2 loads in from the bottom. What did you say?
I said that's not how you perform circumcision.
Oh yeah, no. And they don't put it in the box and send you home with it to attach later.
I was watching some Clone Wars behind the scenes, and they were talking about how they were recreating the Naboo hangar, and they were like, "Man, we can't get these Naboo starfighters to actually physically fit inside this kit. We scaled it correctly." And then they eventually talked to one of the model makers, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we noticed that too when we were building our scale model. The Naboo starfighters didn't actually fit. We had to chop the tip off." They're like, "Oh my god, why did you tell?" So it is technically accurate to how they're stored.
Interesting. I also got the U-Wing. I don't know. I've always liked this ship. I just thought it was neat, and it can hold a ton of figures. So it only comes with Jyn Erso and Andor and K2SO, but apparently it can fit others if you have them. which is neat.
Okay.
Also on the back here, they have a B-wing that I've seen at Walmart, and I'm kind of tempted. That's just I like obviously I have the most well known like the Falcon and the X-wing, but then some of the more like obscure, goofier ships I kind of like the B-wing. Like the B-wing doesn't get much love, so I think that's kind of neat. They also
Another
have
thing that I learned about the behind the scenes for ships. The B-wing apparently didn't show up in a lot of shots because the wings were too thin, and whenever they cropped out, like they used I think like a blue filter or something to like crop out the sides of it. Not like the rest of the wing wouldn't show up well enough, so they couldn't use a lot of those shots.
Oh, yeah, because it doesn't say you don't really see it a lot in the movies.
Otherwise, like they cut out a lot of footage they had with like B-wing pilots. There was like another 9-num alien that was going to be piloting one of those, and it was supposed to have like a larger.
Yeah. Well, what was the sequel one where the bomber was pretty significant? Was that the beginning of Last Jedi, or wasn't it like Rose's sister or somebody was? I've only seen it like once, but
yeah.
She had to like sacrifice herself to get the bombs to detonate. That was like the most screen time the B-wings ever gotten. And then also I got this because I love my Jurassic Park 90s throwback stuff. So this is, Dennis Nedry from that key scene in the movie where he wore the scuba mask and rode on the motorcycle to capture the raptor. I'm sure you all remember that scene.
The Angry Maxwell crossover with Jurassic Park.
Also, I don't remember Nedry being so svelte and built, but it is what it
is. There's muscle under those layers, Chris.
I guess so. But that was another one that was 30% off, and I've seen them go cheaper. The first two of those they did, the Alan Grant and the Jeff Goldblum. They had cases of those. There were like full end caps with those. They went down to like $7, and I was like, they've obviously learned their lesson, and they're not ordering as many because they had like 3 of these. And I was like, I could wait for them to go down like super clearance, but I don't know that they'll have them because they're obviously not getting burnt again like they did on the first one. So I was like, 30% off is good enough. It's only like $15, so I was like, maybe $5 cheaper possible if it had gone 50% off. But I was like, I'm just gonna get it now. But yeah, I think the only other thing I got Magmatron, but it's in the box downstairs still. And I found the set of 4 Playmates turtles that they just released based on like the original concept sketches, like not even the original comics, like the thing he drew in his living room that eventually became. They did a set of the 4 turtles in that style.
The turtle that's doing the.
Yeah, exactly. He's got the nunchucks connected to his forearm. The toy clips on there. It's awesome. So they're really cool. I just put the video up for that. I think that was it. I think that's all I got this week. So, yes.
All right. I also bought a bunch of ships, but mine are snap ships, which I guess have been out for a while.
I think I remember those.
But I only just discovered them, and they're all super on sale. I got this one.
Oh, nice. That's pretty.
Where'd you find them?
Just Amazon.
Oh, Amazon. Okay.
This was $8.
Nice. Down from what?
Beautiful for $8.
$25.
Nice.
And I like that one so much that I got 2 more. So I got this like VTOL one.
Yeah, they look like Halo ships.
Is that stand using the top of the box?
That's the top of the box, yeah.
That's so cool. Okay.
It's
got a winch?
It's got a winch that I had to assemble myself, yeah. It can unravel. I
kind of remember Corey sending these to me once and being like, these are neat. And I was like, oh, yeah, they're all right. And then just completely forgot about them. And then apparently everyone else did too. And that's why they're super clearance now.
For how cheap they are, they're really cool. And
whoa!
So they're like Connects almost, right? Like you snap them together, but like they're not Lego, but they're like they come in components and you.
Yeah, like they just pop off and pop back on.
That's cool.
They
Do they have
remind
little
me.
figures or anything?
They do. They all have little pilots in them.
That's cool.
Each of these. Well, that one that I just showed only comes with one. The two gray ones come with 3 different guys. There's one there.
Just taking a nap.
Yeah, and then there's 2 in these turrets. They're very tiny.
Oh, that's cool. Are they like Diaclone size?
They're like that.
Like 1 inch? I bet you they scale with Diaclone.
Maybe.
That's cool. You could augment your because Diaclone has kind of a connect ability to it that you can not as much as those do, but like they have pods and things and different cores and that kind of stuff that you can swap out. If nothing else, you could also buy a ton of the Lightyear Hyperfleet series on clearance. I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
And those pilots would scale too.
This one's cool. Like it's got this little lever that'll drop a mech that's just here. This like just opens up on a hinge.
Oh,
So you got a little mech guy there, a bunch of weapons stored. They remind me. I've mentioned this to Corey. I don't know if anybody else remembers this old line of Zoids that were just like little blocks that you clip together, and then you just clip the armor onto them. And it was so that you could like take them apart easily and mix and match them. But like the foundation for them were cubes. And that's what all of these are, and they're really neat. They work super well.
That's cool. That reminds me of this toy line. I don't know if it was like Micronauts or something back in the
users is what Blade Runner's saying.
Is it Micronauts? There was another line of toys back in the day that I remember where it was like a block and it had like a connection port on each side. It almost looked like, if you remember those like super classic Mega Man villains where they would be like the little eye, like it was like a square with like suction cups on each end and it had an eye in the center, and then they would just move back and forth like from wall to wall in Mega Man. They looked kind of like those, and then they would have long, like almost like girder like pieces that you would slide over the connectors, and you could build spaceships. They had little cockpit pieces, and you would just build your own.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I think I had those too.
And I don't remember. Yeah, Tenkai Knights. Tenkai Knights was kind of the same thing, but Tenkai Knights was definitely closer to Lego because like they turned into Lego bricks, like Lego.
I will say I had so many of them, and they were just hanging out in the bag. They're like little thumbs, always crumbled.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't even know where mine are. I had a bunch of those. I did videos for them, and I had they were fun, but I have no idea where they wound up. They're in a bin probably somewhere in the basement. I might actually know.
Schrodinger's Tenkai Knights.
Yeah, basically. And everything in the basement now is like, as long as I don't look at it, it's still 100% perfect. But yeah, I wish I could find out what those things were called that I was talking about.
Are they? I could be totally wrong. Are they constructs?
Let me look.
With an X at the end.
Yes. Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I had some of those too.
Oh, they were Fisher Price. Really? Oh. Yeah, that's exactly what they were. Constructs. Not to be confused with Mega Constructs, which is what Mattel calls their Lego line. Although I think at this point they've just shortened it to just Mega. I think it's just called Mega now. But yes, Constructs. That's exactly what they were. They were cool. I don't think I had any, but I went to a friend's house and he had a bunch, and we would just build spaceships and all kinds of stuff.
All right.
Hello. So for my stuff, I have a lot of like intangibles. The first thing I'll mention though Follow up to last week when we were talking about the Cheez-It promotion items at Taco Bell. I had that. And it was there were two items, right? It was the tostada, which is just like an open face sandwich with a Cheez-It, just a comically large Cheez-It at the bottom.
It almost looks like a pizza, right? But it's
almost.
A tostada is kind of like a pizza, but it has a hard tortilla instead of pizza crust, basically.
Yeah. So I had that, and then I also had the one that's like wrapped. I don't remember.
It's a crunch wrap, isn't it? That just has a.
Okay.
Because the crunch wrap usually has basically a tostada corn piece in the middle.
Okay.
But they're just doing a Cheez-It now instead.
Yeah. So that's what I had. No Blade Raider. I wasn't sucking on the cheese nips. But yeah. So I had I had both of those. The one that was wrapped up. That one, I cut it in half. I did not perceive much of a what is it? A Cheez-It in there?
Is this an abstract concept crunch wrap or what?
But I took a bite and tasted it, which means that
I don't
the
like
Cheez-It had either. The Cheez-It had like disintegrated into the rest of it, which is
like it got mushy from the meat and everything.
And I was telling Aresol about this before the show. I feel like once I got to Taco Bell, ordered, checked out, and left, and got to my apartment, I feel like that 15 minutes roundabout, reasonable amount of time it would take for you to get to your food. I feel like your food should really be intact within that time frame. However, I got to it, and the Cheez-It had disintegrated into the food. So
the Cheez-Its are not really meant to get wet. They're not Ninja Stars.
Right, yes.
I know they're shaped like Ninja Stars, but
I had it like I still got like the sharpness of like a typical Cheez-It cheddar taste. So I was like, okay, that's decent. Wish there was a bit more crunch to it. That wasn't just the tortilla, but that's fine. I tried the tostada.
This is a real cerebral review of Taco Bell, by the way. This is the most anyone has ever really thought about Taco Bell.
Well,
I could not perceive the Cheez-It, but I taste the Cheez-It.
It was as if space and time ceased to operate around the tostada.
I had to download the app for this shit. So
it's an app exclusive
for the first week. It's like an early preview thing.
I hate when they do that kind of stuff. Like, oh, you can only stop trying to force me to use your stupid app. You're a fast food place. It doesn't need to be this complicated.
Yeah,
just sell me a freaking burrito. Like, why is this a thing?
So I got that. The tostada, that one, like, it was, I could actually see the comically large Cheez-It, and I was ready to like pick it up and take a bite. But when I picked it up, it all just sort of crumbled because everything on top was too wet and like everything underneath.
Because it's all alive.
Yeah, but it still tasted good. That one, I think that one's more visually Cheez-It-esque, but like, I don't know. I just overall did not like them as much. Like, I feel like with the grilled cheese burrito, it has just like some Fritos inside, and if you get to it within a reasonable amount of time, there's still the crunch to the Frito.
Well, I think because Fritos just aren't as naturally absorbent as a Cheeto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're meant to be put in chili or various things. Like, they're meant to withstand. You know what I mean? Like,
they're heartier food.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. They're dippable items.
Stay tuned for the Geek Each Week episode where we test the absorbency of different foods.
You laughed, but
we're about to dip this shit into some Baja Blast.
I think that's a viable episode.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's overall like I wouldn't go out and get the app just to get it, beforehand. It's like it's fine, it's gimmicky, it's okay. Who knew we would still talk about cheese with Rygon? Yeah, no.
In her memory.
R.I.P.
She may be gone, but the cheese talk never will.
That's right. But yeah, so that's something I got today. Something I got during the week, though, was if you saw Star Wars, just the Star Wars Twitter account tweeted out, hey, we're doing free screenings of The Acolyte in select theaters. And I managed to sign up and get an RSVP, and I'm still so very confused on if I'm going to be going or not. Because, so it said, hey, sign up here, fill out this form, do all the things, you'll get an email. I got the email. It says, hello, Corey. Thank you for expressing interest in the Star Wars The Acolyte advanced screening on Monday, June 3rd at 7 p.m.
Too bad your ass can't come.
Yeah. Your RSVP has been received. You'll get a reminder closer to the screening. Upon arrival, please remember this event is first come, first served. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm signing up, first come, first served. That makes sense.
That's why one would RSVP.
Yeah. And admission is not guaranteed. Excuse me? I RSVP'd. How is that not guaranteed that I would? All right.
Because they're going to take more RSVPs than they have room for.
Yeah, and then it says, please have this confirmation email available digitally or printed to be presented to check in at the theater. So this is a confirmation email of something, and then it says at the bottom the location, and then tickets 1. So presumably this is a ticket. Presumably I am going. Or I will be driving all the way to this theater and stand outside the screening of The Acolyte, I guess. I went back later because I was like, oh, hey, maybe I should grab another ticket if someone else would want to go. So I looked, and it said under my theater, sold out. Like, you don't sell out unless there were, that many seats to give. Like, they wouldn't cut it off if they were just going to let so many people RSVP and then cut off the line. So I don't know if I'm going. Okay. Let's see. Hassan says, well, first off, hi, Hassan.
Hey, Hassan.
That's how it was for some early Marvel screenings they've done. Like I saw Shang-Chi early. You'll need to line up to make sure.
So here's what I had a similar experience with Winter Soldier. My friend was like, hey, I got 2 tickets to go see Winter Soldier early. Do you want to come? Yeah. I'm like, hell yeah, I do. So you get there, you get in line, and when we started out, we were, I think, 7th and 8th in line. And there was this woman in front of us, and she started out seeming real friendly. Oh, hey, blah, blah, blah. She had this little chair, and she's like, oh, I'm saving this place for my friend. And I'm like, fuck you. No, you don't. Like, that's not how this works. There's only a certain, you have to line up. By the time we ended and actually got in, I think we were like 30th in line. She had let like 20 to 25 people in front of us.
What the fuck?
She had saved spots for like every single person she ever knew. And it got to the point where we still got in because we were like 30th. But there were people at the back of the line that didn't get in. And she had let 20 to 25 people in front. And we tried to find someone in charge of it to be like, that's not cool. And they were just like, look, my guy, we don't get paid enough to give a shit. Like, this is some free event. It doesn't matter to us which 100 people see this movie right now. And so they didn't do anything about it. And I was just like, I wish they would just charge you $5. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather them just be like, this is an event where you get to see it early. It's $5. It goes to the theater. And that way, not every jerk would show up with 30 free people in tow.
Yeah.
You know, like I would rather just pay $5 and have this organized and run completely. Like all you'd have to do is have someone come out and give a thing that says like a ticket that just says like no, like whatever, say maximum occupancy is, what's the theater, 20, 150 people, I don't know, just say it's 150.
No idea.
Just to use a number.
Yeah.
When you get there, instead of waiting in line, say, here, you're one of 150. Next person shows up. Here's a ticket that says 2 of 150. And then when it comes time, you just collect those tickets. Instead of waiting in line, why, you know, and that way, if your jerk buddy shows up, he gets 70 out of 150 or whenever he shows up. If he shows up after 150 people, he doesn't get to cut in line. So that's how I would run it. But I understand the people at the movie theater, they don't care. They're not seeing any money from this. I mean, maybe if you buy concessions, that's, you know, that's what they want you to do anyway. But yeah, it was just, like I said, if I had gotten kicked out or not, didn't make the cut, I would have been obviously more upset. But I couldn't believe it. We started out like 7 or 8, and then by the time we got in, we were like 30 and 31. And I was like, that's not right. Like, I don't understand why they allowed this to happen.
And on top of that, I feel like if you're going to be doing this, and I understand that like some people aren't going to make it, but they won't rescind their RSVP, right? Because they want that possibility for later. I feel like if you're going to do this, sell out once you get to capacity plus 10%. Or around there.
Yeah. In case some people don't show up.
Yeah. And that's where you cut it off. So
maybe that's what they do. I mean, maybe that's when they stop giving out the vouchers. But to me, see, there are times when I'm like, I want to go get a second job that I don't care about so I can do that kind of shit. Like, I would be the guy who works at that movie theater that would be like, I got nothing to lose and I'm tripping on power. Not on my watch. Like, she would show up with her friends, and I'd be like, I don't give a shit. I'll kick you out of this movie theater right now, and none of you will see anything for the rest of the year. Get to the back of the line. You got here early. You can stay. Tell your friends to fuck off down the end of the line. Like,
hell yeah, dude.
And then I'd be like, the manager comes by, and it's like, what are you doing? I'd be like, I'm telling this bitch what's what. And he'd be like, you're fired. I'd be like, you think I need this job? I literally just do it to power trip on other jokes. I don't even care. This is not my main source of income.
My own hands, buddy.
Yeah, like sometimes I think about stuff like that. Like, I would love to just like go fill out a job application for like a grocery store and be like, you know, fill it out like, fuck you, I don't care, I don't need this job. You're beneath
for
me.
1 day,
right? Yeah, like, and then I would just like make as many like, you know, like I remember I worked at a grocery store in high school, and I won't name names or anything, but it was a local chain. And they were assholes, and they just exploited all the high school kids for cheap labor. You know, like there were like 3 old women working there, and then the entire rest of the store was high school kids. And they didn't give us like the grown-ups who worked there got like discount on your groceries, but not the high school kids because, you know, you're not buying for a household, so you don't get discount on it. They had all these stupid rules. And it had gotten to the point that I hated working there so much, and I just did not care anymore. And people would come in and be like, oh, that's supposed to be on sale. I'd be like, just take it. And they're like, what? And I'm like, I don't care. Take it. Just go. It's yours now. Go. Or they'd be like, they had these scales to weigh the produce and they never worked. So I'd try it and it'd be like, meh, meh, meh. And I'd try it a second time. It'd be like, meh, meh, meh. I'm like, now it's free. And there you go. And they're like, and the customers would always be like deer in the headlights. So like, I'll pay for it. I'm like, nope, it's free now. Take it. I don't care. Just go. Or you'd get those like cantankerous old customers that are like, that's supposed to be on sale. Don't you have a I'm like, don't even finish your sentence. Take it. It's gone. It's yours free. Just walk out. I don't care. And I just tried. Like at that point, I was like, I hate this place so much. I'm gonna try and bring it down from. And I'm like, they can't tell me I'm stealing because I'm not taking any of the stuff.
Right.
I'm just giving it all the way to customers for free. And if you want to fire me, I don't care if you're paying me $6 an hour and I'm in high school and this is not where I'm gonna end up. Like there was this one older manager. You know, he would give me like crap all the time. Like, oh, I saw you dicking around. You know, you weren't on one of your official breaks, and I'm like, yeah, I wasn't. And then he'd be like, well, now do this or whatever. And I'm just like, you're just upset that this is your forever job. and it's not mine, and you hate me for that. This is where you peep, sir. Because like his wife and kids would come in, and they take, you know, he'd just sit around and talk to them for 20 minutes, and I'm like, oh, I see, you can dick around as much as you want when your wife shows up, but you know, I talk to my friend for 3 minutes while I'm sweeping up something, and I'm messing around, and I'm just like, I hated that place so much. I hated it so much.
Also, to circle back, because I do need this information, how early did you get there? Because I get off work at 5. The screening is at 7. Did you get there over an hour ahead?
It was so
and this
long
question
ago.
goes out to Hassan and Liz as well.
Yeah, I mean, Winter Soldier was what? At least 10 years ago at this point, right? I honestly don't remember. I would say at least half an hour. The question I would ask you, how much do you give a shit? Because at the end of the day, it's like I got to see Winter Soldier a month early. You're getting to see something that's already free to you a day early. If you don't see this, you're just going to watch it in the comfort of your own home for free the next day. I don't even know why you're interested. I'll be honest with you. This whole you want me to leave my house, deal with a bunch of assholes for a day early? Fuck it. I'll just watch it at my house where no one's bothering me. But have fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, is it worth it to you to show up an hour early? Is it worth it to you to show up half an hour early? How much do you want it? That's what I would say to you. Like,
I want to get in. I want to get in and see it. And
if you 100% want to get in, then I would say show up an hour early.
Okay. Because my plan was just to leave directly after work.
I mean, that's fine if you want to do that. I mean, the other thing you could do is go there from work, grab something to eat, and then McDonald's or whatever you want to eat, whatever food you enjoy, whatever seems most delicious to you at that moment, and then take that food, and you could probably eat that in line because you're not really bringing it into the theater. You're just, or you could, I don't know how fancy your theater is if they sell food, obviously. Mine, I think, sells chicken fingers and stuff now.
I've never actually been to this theater before. So
okay.
I don't actually know. And honestly, I know you hate the theater experience because you've had so many awful.
Yeah, people are the worst. I don't, the way I always look at my life is if there's a way I can do something without having to interact with another human being, I'm going to choose that option every time.
Yeah, but I would like to go see it with a crowd of people to see what the energy's like and meet other Star Wars. I have online.
Don't get your hopes up. Twice now. I went to see Shin Kamen Rider and I went to that 40th anniversary Transformer thing. And both times I was like, I'm going to wear a t-shirt. I wore one of my Kamen Rider t-shirts. I wore a Transformer t-shirt. And I was like, I'm going to meet people and the energy in the theater is going to be amazing. And everyone's going to yell at the same time and laugh at the same time. And it's going to be great. And then maybe before or after, I'll talk to some other people in the lobby. Mm-hmm. There was no sound. Nobody made a peep. Nobody reacted to anything that happened. It was just sitting in a room with other people watching a thing, and then everyone just got up and left. There was no camaraderie. There was no hanging out. So twice now I've been burned thinking exactly as you're thinking now. So,
okay.
Hey, maybe you'll be different. Good luck to you. But
I think I have such a close proximity to Galaxy's Edge that I think maybe.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. I'm hoping it'll be a good time. But also, Liz is saying depends on how bad just like you said, how popular it's going to be. I got there 25 minutes early, barely got in. An hour early is what? Okay. A bit over an hour. We were fine. Then it started filling. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, I will get there an hour. Right after work.
I mean, if you really want to go straight from work, by the time you get there and maybe get some food or something, you actually get in line an hour beforehand.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's up to you how much you care about it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I haven't really done stuff like this before. So
Thomas says Chris would make a good grandpa. I do hate the elderly, but I do find I have a lot of the same mindset as them.
He's very contradictory. He hates himself. But yeah, also, so that was that thing. The last intangible thing that I got. I don't know. Do you guys watch the Philip DeFranco show at all? Like the YouTube news guy?
I don't even know what that is.
Well, I was actually on it. Yeah, and I put the clip in here just to, for fun.
No, but
I'd like you to meet one of the dumbest men alive, Corey. Right, because Corey just did the dumbest thing you could do on Zoom that hasn't already been done by Jeffrey Toobin.
I don't know why Hasbro's so bad at
No!
After a few seconds, it almost seems like he can't help but be entertained by this guy's confidence. But then he starts looking down at his papers, and you see the confusion start to set in. Corey, how are you still alive? We don't need to send Corey to jail. He needs to be in a room monitored by scientists. This level of stupid needs to be studied. Beyond this viral moment, there is the open question of, well, what are the consequences actually going to be? Right? I mean, his defense attorney, for example, told reporters that she strives to live in a world where people are not jailed for nonviolent offenses. Right? And then, for repeat offenders, the jail time can increase up to a year. But yeah, I would love to know your thoughts with this one, whether it be about the jail time or just our guy, Corey.
That's pretty well edited, I have to say. Who is the actual Corey he was talking about?
There was this dude who called in for his hearing, they did jury stuff over Zoom.
Okay.
While he was driving.
Nice.
And then the dude, as Phil said, looked down at his paper and realized, oh, this guy is being charged for driving
with a suspended license.
With a suspended license, and the dude was just driving.
So he's committing a crime he's being accused for during his hearing. That's a new level. Yeah, that's pretty.
At the end, the judge was just like, check into the county jail by 6 p.m.
You're donezo.
That would be, yeah, that's a new one. Literally committing the crime again while they're deciding what to do with you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's hilarious, but very well done, very well edited.
Thank you. Corey's not as frequent of a name, so whenever I hear it in things, I'm like, oh man, that would be really funny to splice some of my shit around it. So I just went ahead and did it.
That's good.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm cool though. So,
all right,
news. Soda Pop 8 ounce. So
this lineup is stacked.
Yeah, so we have our final look at the rest of the Gotchard line. So that means his final form is probably going to be pushed to the next rider, which is par for the course for Soto now.
Oh, I didn't even know about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I keep forgetting that Platinum's not his final form because it seems like he's had so many that I'm like, it should just be his last one.
Yeah. So what is it? Platinum,
Iron. What is this guy's name? Wind or something?
Kamen Rider Wind. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he showed up for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was. I mean, spoilers, but it was what's her name's dad, or a clone of what's her name, or a hollow projection of the girl's dad.
Oh.
For 10 seconds. He kicked ass, though. He looks cool.
Nice. And then we also have the final form for the Gold Decay
Legend.
You really don't even know Legend's name?
Look, man, I don't.
Don't you buy this shit?
I do. Anyway, we're also getting what's this called again? Dread?
Jesus Christ, just shut up. So how are they releasing this? Because obviously you can't make all these forms with the boxes provided, right?
You're getting His name is Dread. Yeah, Dread. I got it right.
Dread, yes, Dread.
That's what I said. And Chris said, "Shut up."
Because I'm tired of you struggling to think of basic names of
So
things.
this is Dread Type 3. However, it comes with parts to give you Dread Types 1 and 2, so you can use those parts in tandem with Dread Type 0 that was released earlier. And then you put those parts
So do you get the full body for 1 and 2? Like
No.
with this set, you can make one. No, okay. They
you
give
get,
you one
you
body.
get the chest, you get the head, but I think the mantle, like the shoulder pads, are going to be shared with the regular like Dread Type 3.
Yeah.
You
Well,
just
granted,
have to-
Dread Type 3 is just 1 and 2 at the same
Put
time.
together,
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm just saying is, how many like bodies are you going to get in this set?
You're probably well that
Like, if you don't get any duplicates, they're just giving you one
Right.
body and a bunch of heads, is what I'm asking. I mean, it'd be nice if they
One
they always give you
body.
duplicates of shit you don't want, but then when you could use duplicates, they don't duplicate those.
right, one body, 3 chests.
Okay,
wait.
so if you buy one box of these, you can only make one at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Okay.
However, sometimes boxes double up on figures. So, I'm blurry. What's going on with that again?
Do you,
So,
stupid question. Does it come with their weapons?
let's see. So, Platinum does not seem to have a weapon.
Platinum doesn't have weapons. I was mostly asking for Dread. Dread's the only one.
Red
who
does
actively
not
has,
seem
like,
to
other
have a weapon here.
weapons. Okay.
Also an accessory they were talking about before, but I don't think they mentioned it. But Legend, it does. I think it does have like the adapter sash that you can put on any other of the older Soto figures. And then it does come with like an empty belt and the gun separate. So you have all those things.
All right. Oh,
This is
Oh, this would have been helpful like 10 seconds ago when we were having this conversation.
Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot that I put this in here. So I just started talking about
I
it.
noticed.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, it does. No, he does. Come with the
It's
sash.
just one
Okay.
body. Oh,
No,
you're
I
talking
know.
about the sash,
I'm just trying
the
to figure
legend.
out if the sash is. Yeah, I think I see the sash in there.
I don't know. Yeah, I think I see what you mean.
Yeah. Okay.
I gotta know the status of the sash. All right.
I'm just wondering how terrible the stickers are going to be on iron. Because I'm
we'll
looking
see.
forward to those 2 trains and all their stickers. They probably want me to put all over those trains. It's going to be terrible.
Yeah. All right. Kamen Rider news.
Oh man, such a crisp logo.
Yeah, brand new.
What are these?
These are China's action figure line for Rider. These are 5.7 inches tall.
Yes.
So it will naturally not fit with anything that you
Yeah,
have
it's like,
currently.
I mean, yeah, maybe like it would be close to 6-inch, but not enough.
Yeah. I get that. Anyway,
they look nice though.
Yeah, they do. And I think Toku Collectibles has them. I didn't look at the price because it's out of my scale, so I'm not buying these. But they do look neat.
Yeah, is that supposed to be series and they just can't spell, or is it like Sarais, or what are they going for there?
That's a good question. I have no idea. That is strange.
This is our action figure Sarais. If you're interested in this Sarais of figures.
Yeah. Okay.
Adam Prime said, I was hoping RKF were back. No, RKF was a great idea, but they again wasted. It's the same thing every time. Every time they do a new series, like with Shoto Double Cross, was the same thing. They're like, let's just redo Double again. I'm like, we have enough fucking Double. Can you get to something else? I like Double as much as the next guy, but my God.
Yeah, it was funny. Like when RKF came out, they did exactly the Soto Chronicle lineup. And it was like, well, what are we doing? We just made these. Why?
Yeah. And then the line this year for Gotchard got farther than I thought, but still crapped out at the X Forms, I think was the last thing they did.
So, anyway, did we know about this? I just put it in because I didn't.
Yeah, we did. I mean,
we were aware of it.
The Rainbow Forms leaked a while ago. And in the show, they're just, again, spoilers, they're getting to the egg that this dragon is going to hatch from. So I guess this dragon's going to hatch out of this egg and turn into this thing, and then he's going to jam it into his belt. And there you go.
Okay.
Then he's a rainbow boy.
Cool. Happy Pride.
Oh, BoxBox says it debuts tomorrow. That makes sense. I'm actually mostly, I think I'm only one episode back on each show. So at one point I was like 6 episodes back on each show and it was bad, but I've been getting back to it. So I'll try to watch. Maybe I can. Well, they won't be subbed till probably Sunday or Monday. So I have until Sunday or Monday.
Jesus.
Oh, something's peeking through from beneath.
Look at this guy! What a fancy lad!
Yeah, I really like the robot. He's cool.
Yeah. He's very Transformer-esque.
Yeah, I want to see what his vehicle mode looks like. We haven't seen that yet, right? I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
I assume he's probably just the same, like, alien species that Bundario is.
Yeah, and I guess all of that species just turns into big truck.
If I saw correctly, Violet is human, but I guess he went into space some years ago and met up with this robot, and they've been having adventures, and now they're coming back to Earth.
Oh, move to the next slide.
He's named after Vin Diesel. Excellent.
Nice.
So it's Vin Diesel and Antonio Banderas.
He looks like he has like a Formula One style wheels stuff to him.
I can see.
Yeah, you can kind of see like the spoiler on his shoulder pads, and like you can see how his legs are like the front of a Formula One car. So that's his motif.
Asian man cast in Japanese show.
Breaking news: Japanese man cast in Asian children's programming.
That's it.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah. Very excited.
All right.
Okay.
I did not notice before how yellow his gloves are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like they're stainless steel.
He's ready to do the dishes.
Is the vinyl?
I did notice how there is no yellow on his hands or feet at all for the vinyl. So if you like a more subtle look,
they couldn't even give us like any color for the belt to break up the purple.
It's really the vinyls are rough. I'm glad I don't bother with them.
Yeah, it's pretty dire.
I'm surprised they still do them.
Barely. I mean, did they even do? I'm surprised because didn't they
miss a character like back in Kira Major or something?
Yeah, they never did Silver, I don't think.
Oh, damn.
And I don't know if they did everyone in King Oger. They might have done the first 5 and that was it. I don't remember. Yeah, because Ryder, they keep changing the size around. Like first they made him bigger, then they made him smaller to fit the Sentai ones, and then they tried to re-release everybody again in the new smaller size, and I guess everyone was like, how many of these do we freaking need? I'm not buying these. That's true for the Zenkydras. They never did anyone that was a robot. They only ever did the human characters. Yeah, this thing's neat.
I dig this a lot.
Yeah, the colors are great.
As like an evil form for the main robot, I like that it's not just a straight like recolor. It's
right. Yeah,
actually like some different molding there.
Oh yeah, he's got spikes and everything.
And yeah, like you said, the colors for this are really cool. It's that like rust look.
Is this like a corrupt version of him, or is it just a straight up like evil clone?
It's an evil version of it built for.
It's not like he turns into it. It's just an evil clone type thing.
No, he doesn't turn into it.
Okay.
I don't believe so. If this is the same one that we saw in the show.
Oh, it happened already.
I believe so. I don't know if he had all of the bits. I don't know if he had the two.
Oh, okay, it must have been in the most recent episode, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, I got to check it out. But so from what I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not. This is a premium Bandai release, but there's like a possibility that the robot on its own might come out later without the changer. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. I thought I heard that somewhere. But in any case, the changer's cool. So if you want it, just buy the premium Bandai version.
Yeah, or leave your current regular one out for a little while, and then.
I don't know if the changer made noise in the show. I can't remember if it said anything.
Yeah.
It looks awesome, though. I like how the dial looks like an evil eyeball.
It's time for Wheeljack.
Let's go.
Look at these men.
Yes.
I'm not used to being on the other side of the clips.
I like everything except the pink face. I don't know if the GoBot had that, but it just, I think it clashes. Like, it's too many light colors, you know what I mean? Like the orange and the red and the pink, they're all on that same side of the color wheel, and I feel like it needs something to, even yellow, like it needs something to break it up.
It's like a very pastel sort of, or
yeah,
like a chalky.
I like the vehicle form, like that's fine, but I don't know, the pink just, I feel like it's too much of the same kind of color scheme.
It has successfully like recontextualized Gear's like little side head flanks into ponytails.
It does, yeah. It kind of look, yeah. I agree.
Like pigtails.
It looks like pigtails, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about the GoBot to know if it's exactly what the GoBot looks like. Then okay, not your fault. That's what you got to do. But I mean, I still want it, but I don't like the pink on the face. I feel like it doesn't pop. It just looks weird. But yeah. Jesus, all right. He's canceled.
Yeah, Takara Tomy has officially canceled the police. So congrats to them.
Defunded. But yeah, I think they just realized nobody is buying these. So they're like, we could re-release the Cyberverse toy, but nobody wants it. So, I mean, it's a nice looking paint job on it. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, everyone already has the other one if they wanted it. So, yeah, I think they're just like, nobody's buying these.
Yeah.
When everyone saw that 3-pack with Starscream and Shockwave and Soundwave last week and went, why? They went, you're right. We don't know why. Just cancel the rest of the line.
Went over like a wet fart.
Yeah, pretty much.
This one's gone.
Obvious cash grab.
Yeah.
I don't know who's buying these, but if you want it, by all means, enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't need Diaclone repaints of Masterpiece figures from years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, the Ironhide, it's a good Masterpiece toy. I'm not going to lie. I have it as Ironhide and Ratchet, but I definitely don't need it. Is it
sturdy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was made back when they didn't over-engineer the hell out of them, so they weren't brittle.
Okay.
This is a pretty good one. I can't speak to Trailbreaker because I never got that one. I got out of the Masterpiece game a long time ago, with a few exceptions.
Oh, MPG, Masterpiece Game. That's what that stands for.
Yeah, I got out of the MPG years ago.
Yeah.
With the exception of Jinrai, I'm getting because Jinrai is like one of my all-time favorites, so I had to get that. But
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Falcon. I wasn't talking about Earthspark. I was talking about the like reissues of the Cyberverse garbage.
Right.
New stuff is good. Yes, high fives. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, these are here. If somebody wants them, enjoy.
Oh, more?
Yeah. So the funny thing is, when the arc came out, we all said that the Teletrain 1 thing looked like the Action Master mainframe. And I was like, that's kind of neat. It's like an homage. And then Takara was like, an homage, you say? We'll take it and actually paint it like mainframe now. And then we'll force you to buy these other two things that I don't know why you'd need another Jazz. I don't know what's going on with the Optimus. I don't know what version of Optimus
Which
that
one
is.
this?
Maybe that's that new
Right.
deluxe one that's supposed to be coming, because Takara is no stranger to jumping the gun. Like they did Silverbolt before Hasbro actually released it or teased it or showed it, whatever you want to call it.
Oh. His elbows look so high up.
He doesn't even look like he has them. It looks like the shoulder goes directly. Well, he doesn't have biceps. His shoulder goes directly into the elbow. It's the Earthrise one?
It's Earthrise.
Really? It must be mistransformed then. Or it's just a bad photo or something.
Huh.
Okay, so that's the Earthrise Prime, but with a more like cartoon accurate color scheme. I mean, that's not a terrible idea. But I definitely don't need another Jazz. I mean, I've got...
we've never had him with the white pants?
The white pants?
Optimus?
You mean the white thighs?
Yeah.
I think it's gray, the regular one, I think is gray.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they spat this thing out so many times, but I guess those...
I mean, here we got Studio Series Jazz, and now there's the new Jazz in that Autobot 5 pack. Is that the only two that we have? Maybe it is.
I think so. Oh, I just meant the Prime.
What about the Prime?
Oh, like, have we had him in like the cartoon accurate stuff?
I mean, no. I mean, it's whatever the whatever the Earthrise one. They haven't repainted Earthrise. I don't even think did they re-release it in Kingdom? I don't think so.
I think they might have without the trailer. I could be wrong.
I don't know. Once I had the one, I didn't care. I know they did the Dead Boy one where he was all gray. That was I think that was an Amazon.
I had to make sure that one was in there for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, they're about to do a Commander Class 86 Optimus, and I have no idea what that's supposed to be, like a mini masterpiece. Like it's supposed to look like the MP44 or 344, whatever the hell number that is. I think it's 44, whatever it is. The super complicated one with the trailer that was like $400. The Commander Class is supposed to be like a more accessible version of that, so that it looks like that but isn't a mess to transform. So yeah, they're trying to slide this in so that you buy this and then go, oh, I didn't need to buy this because this over here is going to be so much better. I mean, to be fair, the Earthrise one is still a very solid mold. Like, there's nothing wrong with that toy. And it does look nice painted like this. Like, I'm not saying that. It's just, do I need it if the 86 Commander Class one is coming right behind this? Probably not. Like, I don't really see why you would need this. But I love Mainframe, and I stupidly love the little radar thing from the first episode that goes out and scans their alt modes, which is not worth whatever this costs. So yeah, I don't know. I think this will also depend if Hasbro sells it, because I don't really feel like importing this, but like if Hasbro has it on their website, and maybe one day it's like 30% off on one of their Hasbro days or something. But more than likely, I'll probably just not get this. But the Mainframe looks good. I mean, he looks cool. Yeah, the Siege one they did in that cell shaded. which was cool.
Yeah,
They
okay.
did that with Megatron too. Yeah, so here's the Earthspark stuff. So this has to be a deluxe. This has to be deluxe Jawbreaker because they already did Warrior class, which looks cool. I thought the Warrior class one was pretty decent, but this looks pretty good too. Obviously, it's deluxe, so it's going to be a little better. But yeah, this is cool.
Cool.
This is hashtag, I think, which I think we saw this one before. I think. I don't know. We saw something that looks very similar to this, and I thought Rise said it was a Warrior class, but I'm assuming this is deluxe because it's with other deluxes, but I could be wrong. But either way, I think this looks cool. I think they did a nice job with this.
Yeah.
I think this is a deluxe, if I'm not mistaken. Just looking at the level of articulation and that kind of stuff, but yeah, so depending on when this comes out versus the Warrior class, maybe you don't need the Warrior class one, or maybe Rai was mistaken. But I think this one's definitely plus it has 2 weapons. This has got to be deluxe.
Yeah, she's not here. Rai was wrong.
Well, like I said, I don't know. That one might have been the Warrior class, and they just look really similar. That's also very possible. So.
Yeah, I mean they're based off the same person, so. Alita
and then
1.
we have a deluxe here for Alita 1. I don't think a lot of people cared for the Warrior class one. I thought it was all right. But this obviously doesn't have the goofy arm feature for the gun if you didn't like that. So this one also looks a little less bulky, a little cleaner, but still, a decent backpack. But I think it looks all right. Floop says, I think it's the Warrior class with retooling. It's possible. It's possible they reuse some of the skeleton there. But you can tell the arms are different because that one had that arm. The gun was built into the arm and it just swiveled around. So they at least must have done new arms. But it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. But it looks all right. I mean, the paint scheme's nice.
Yeah.
This guy, though.
Oh, big boy.
This guy looks awesome. And I forget his Aftermath. I want to say it's Aftermath, but I could be wrong. But I love the color scheme. I love the robot mode. The tow truck mode looks cool, too. He's got the cow catcher with the spikes. This guy all around is a win.
Nipples.
Yes. He's ready to run a marathon.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is awesome. I really like this one a lot. Excited for this one. I don't know what these are. These are the one-step changes, right?
Blades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look strange. But this is for We're getting into Transformers 1 now, I think.
Yeah.
And then we have some deluxe class. I think these are deluxe Transformer 1. Sentinel Prime, which we haven't seen before. I think previously all we saw was Alpha Trion and was Optimus the other one? I don't remember. But Alpha Trion looks cool. Sentinel Prime looks pretty cool. Apparently he turns into a jet, and then you got Bumblebee. Now, I know they're doing Optimus in the Studio Series. I don't know if they're doing anybody else. But I'll probably end up getting the Studio Series for Optimus, and then I'll get, if they're not doing these others in the Studio Series, then I'll get these here because they look pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the sad one that I think looks really bad.
Yeah.
Is this the one in the box we just saw?
No.
This is something else.
This is a different guy.
Yeah, no.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, whatever version this one is, I think it looks real bad. Mm-hmm. I mean, to be fair, the robot mode looks okay. I don't know why he's got translucent arms, but okay. But that vehicle mode is atrocious.
It's something else.
That is bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what that is, quite frankly. Oh, we're done. Okay.
The news.
That was it.
That is the news.
We have news.
Well, we did an hour. I think that's pretty good. Now, it is time for our new game, where you get 3 guesses to guess the video library and see what you get.
I
You
totally
might get
forgot
to
this was
turn
a
this.
thing.
Yeah, I get to turn this into the Full House cut. So the next 3 numbers we see in the chat are the next 3 numbers that.
And what is it from 1 to 79 or something?
I think it's 71.
71. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it
probably
might be
72 now
now
because Tori
because-
added one.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
33.
Okay, we have a 33.
33, 48, and 13. All right. The numbers are locked.
Yeah.
33, 48, and 13.
So I'll leave this number up.
7, 8, 9, 10.
This is the counting portion.
26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33.
Oh, it's Optimus.
Okay, next one
Alright.
is 48.
48. So keep counting down.
34, 35, 36, 37, 39, 40, 41, 48.
Out of my way! Grab that dog!
What is normal man? What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
Yeah, this is the
I
weird
forgot that existed. What in the
Yeah,
hell?
yeah.
I mean, the guy in the obvious dog suit sliding down that rope
Yeah.
is pretty amazing, but then I don't remember what that last part is. All right. 13 is the last try. Lucky number 13.
No, 13. I got to scroll back up then. 10, 11, 12.
Another class.
Well, I feel like still a cancelable offense.
What'd you say? You feel like what?
Still a cancelable offense.
Oh, for Ultraman, yes.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if
you're
Ultraman keeps going around squishing children, I think they're going to stop calling for him. But yeah, all right. Well, that was 3 guesses and no luck. So maybe next week you'll have to wait and see. But
Yeah,
thank you
so
guys.
make
Go
sure you're
ahead.
keeping track.
No, do
of
not
what's
tell.
on the what.
Stop telling them that. Here's the thing: the longer that they don't keep track, this goes on longer. So
I
stop
know,
helping
I
them.
know.
It's up to them. Do not help them. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed this slightly truncated show since we're down to 75% geek. But yeah, we had fun, and hopefully you did too. And hopefully you enjoy your weekend. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.